hello and welcome guys. Today we're going to talk about the miracle question, which is super useful technique for goal setting, but also for many other purposes. Today we're going to discuss them all and we're going to do this technique together. So before we begin, please share this channel, this video in your social networks, with your friends, with your family. This is the best thank you can give to me, and also maybe you will help your friend or somebody you know who will see your post and find new useful technique and new useful information for them to use. So please do that. And now let's begin. So miracle question. Before we begin this, let's go through our journey about goal setting. In our goal setting, we did several steps. First of all, to go on adventure towards our goal, we need to have fundamentals covered, basic needs covered. And for this, I have my first video on basic needs checkup list. So after that, we need to have a clear, correct, up-to-date map of where we are, where we're going, and all that. And in order to have this map, first of all, we need to be able to see reality more or less correctly and not get sidetracked with different cognitive distortions. And for this, I have a whole training called basic cognitive training. So after we have our perception of reality corrected and we know how to read the map, we can start defining where we are on this map exactly. And once we define where we are on this map and understand how our life, our experience is looking at this moment, after that we can go forward and decide where we need to be on this map. And after that we decide how to get there. In the previous videos we described where we need to be, in what state we want to be, and so on. And in the end of the last video I gave you this exercise where you lie down, you put on a timer for an hour, and you ask yourself again and again and again, what is it that I want? What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? And as you ask this many times, it helps you to kind of go through different superficial thoughts, any resistance that you might have, any insecurities and so on, and kind of dig deeper and deeper and deeper towards your authentic wishes and wants. And today we're going to continue this work with our miracle question. Miracle question is technique from solution focused brief therapy, and it's used in other therapies as well. Basically it serves many purposes. First of all, it increases motivation. Secondly, it helps you understand what you want and check your goals for being authentic. So for example, if you think you want something, using miracle question can help you understand, is it your real authentic desire, or is it just something that you adopted from society or from marketing or something like that. Also, miracle question helps our brain to understand where we are going. And this is very important because because our brain basically, it doesn't really prioritize self-development. It mostly prioritizes survival and safety. And because of it, it's very difficult for our brain to go into the unknown, to try new things, to expand, to learn new skills and so on. And while using miracle question, we kind of expose our brain in imagination to the desired future. And this way our brain will not be going to the unknown, it will be going to a familiar place. So we kind of familiarize our brain to our desired future state. And as we familiarize the brain with it, it will become easier to go there, because the brain is not afraid, because the brain knows where we are going. Okay, so many different purposes, and it's a useful, fun exercise that we're gonna do together. What you're gonna need is, first of all, I really hope you can be in a safe environment where you can be alone, where there is nothing distracting you from this exercise. because you will need concentration and you will need some privacy here. So please make sure to use this exercise at this time. Secondly, what you're gonna need is a piece of paper, or maybe anything on which you can write. And you can also have like a voice recorder, on your phone, on your computer, anywhere, because it's much easier. As normally when I do this with clients, they do the imagining, they do the technique, and I write it down, okay, and then I read it to them. But as nobody else is there to write down what you're imagining, it's good to have a voice recorder, and then you can listen to it and write it down yourself. So it's kind of delegating therapist work to the recorder. And yes, and you're gonna need some time, and let's begin this exercise. First of all, find a very comfortable position. Make sure you have water, that nothing will distract you. Have some water, drink some water. Prepare your voice recorder. You can put a pause and arrange everything. You can lie down, you can remain seated. It's also good to close your eyes if you want, if it helps you concentrate. And we're going to begin our miracle question. Please think of it as if it was an experiment. It's not necessarily easy to do this exercise first time, because not everybody is used to such techniques, and also maybe to some people it wouldn't be fitting the way their brain works. So experiment with it, and if you really don't like it, you don't have to continue. Just make sure that you choose what is suited for yourself. Okay, so let's begin. Prepare your voice recorder, prepare your nice comfortable position, and let's start. You can close your eyes if it helps you concentrate, and pay attention to your body. Pay attention to your lungs. We're gonna make 7 counts, each inhale and exhale. And with each count, you're gonna relax more and more and go deeper and deeper into a calm, safe, relaxed state. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You are now in a calm, relaxed state. Stay there. Imagine that you went to sleep today and something magical happened while you were sleeping. But nobody told you about this. This magic made all the difficulties that you had in your life, all the problems, disappear. But nobody told you about this. This magic made your goal come true. But nobody told you about this. You don't know that there was a magic night and that your life is different now. Imagine yourself slowly drifting out of sleep in the morning. Pay attention to how your body feels lying in the bed. How does your head feel? What is your breathing like? Do you have any sensations in your arms, legs, stomach? How does your bed feel around you? Is it soft? Is it rough? You take a deep breath. Is there any smell in your room? What does it smell like? Do you hear any sounds? What sounds are they? Pay attention to how your body feels, to how your sheets feel, to how air is smelling around you, to the temperature of the air around you. Is it warm or is it cold? Pay attention to your mind. What is your current mental state? What does it feel like mentally to be inside your mind? Maybe it's relaxed, maybe it's sleepy, maybe it's bright and light. All your problems disappeared, but you don't know about it yet. Your goal is achieved, but you don't know about it yet. You slowly open your eyes and look around you. What does the room look like? Is it dark or is there sunshine? What colors do you see? What shapes? Describe it in your own words. What is the space around you like? Describe the colors that you see, the shapes, the furniture, the lights, the shadows, the sounds around you. Describe how you feel in that space. How do you feel like in your body? How do you feel like in your mind? All of your problems are solved now and your goal is achieved, but you don't know about it yet. Do you notice anything unusual in the space around you that tells you that something is different? Something is better now. Do you notice anything unusual? Maybe it's something lying around. Maybe it's some smell that is different. Are you alone in the space where you wake up? Or is there someone with you? Maybe it's an animal, or maybe it's another human, or maybe several animals or humans. Look around you. Who do you see? Who is there? Or maybe you see no one, just the space. What do you feel like waking up in this space? What thoughts are coming to your mind? Remember that all your problems are solved and your goals are achieved, but you don't know about it yet. What are you thinking about? What is different in your thoughts? What comes to your mind? Describe it in your own words. Now it's time to move, to act, to do something. You woke up, you're feeling so good. All your problems are gone and your goals are achieved, but you don't know about it yet. What you gonna do on this day? How do you get out of bed? Do you immediately stand or do you first stretch? Maybe you wanna Read something while you're still lying in bed. Describe in your own words how you're getting out of bed, what you're doing next. Do you eat anything or drink water? Describe it in detail. If you're eating something or brushing teeth or drinking water, describe the taste, what the taste is like. How do you feel like after eating that food or drinking that water? Or maybe you don't want to eat or drink yet. Maybe you want to do some warm up or open a window and breathe in some fresh air. Or maybe you want to call some friend. Just let your mind freely decide what you're doing on this miracle morning. Morning when all your problems are gone, but you don't know about it yet. And again, in what small details can you notice that something is different? Something is not like it was yesterday. Maybe food tastes different. Maybe it's different food. Maybe you feel motivated to do something new. Or maybe you feel differently about old things. Or maybe your thoughts are different. What thoughts do you have in your mind? Maybe your body feels differently right now. Or maybe your room looks different. Describe in your own words everything that you see that is new, everything that could make you suspect that something changed. Describe your thoughts, describe what you are doing, describe your feelings, describe your body sensations. Did you notice already that all your problems are gone and your goal is achieved? How did you notice it? By what small signs? And what next are you doing? Are you going out of your place? Or are you staying inside? Are you going to work? Or maybe to meet someone? What is your day like? Describe it in your own words. What time is it when you go out of your home? Where are you going next? What does it look like there? What do you see? What do you notice that is different compared to yesterday, now that all your problems are gone and your goal is achieved? What do you see around you? If you go to your work, let's say, what does it look like? How do you feel there? Who do you meet? Describe your day, step by step. Describe where you go. Describe what you are doing. Describe what it feels like. What it feels like physically, what it feels like emotionally. What are you thinking while you are doing the thing? Step by step, describe your day. I will give you some time. And while you're describing your day and your experiences during this day, what is different? Remember, all your problems are gone and your goal is achieved, but you don't know about it when you woke up. Do you notice what changed? Maybe you smile more. Maybe you feel differently. Maybe your thoughts are different. Maybe you're doing different things, or you're doing the old things but differently. What changed since yesterday? By what small signs can you notice that you achieved your goals and that all your problems are gone? What is different? Describe it in your words. What is different in your thoughts? What is different in your feelings throughout the day? What is different in your physical sensations? What is different in your actions? What do you do differently? What is different in the outside reality? Maybe you go to different places or see different people or meet someone new. What is different around you? Go through your day step by step, paying attention to what is different and saying it out loud. What is different in your morning? What is different at noon? What signs that your goal is achieved do you notice? What is different in the afternoon and in the evening? Describe it all in your words. I'm giving you some time for it right now. Now that you described things that you notice that are different, who do you meet during this day? And who is the first person to notice that all your problems are gone, that you achieved your goal, that your life is different now? Who is it? Who notices it? Maybe it's your pet, or maybe it's your family member, or your boyfriend or girlfriend. Maybe it's your children. Maybe it's a colleague. Maybe it's your client. Who is the first person to notice that something changed? Something changed in you. Something changed around you. And what signs does this person see? How did they notice that something is different? Maybe they noticed different facial expression of yours. Or maybe they see you doing something new. Or maybe they see you talking differently. What are small signs that they notice that makes them understand that something changed. Describe these signs in your own words. What does this person see in you? What do they notice about you? Who will be the next person that sees that your life changed now? That your goal is achieved? What would they notice? Describe who and how during this day notices that you are different now, that something changed, that your goal is achieved. Maybe they don't know what was your goal or how it was achieved, but they notice small signs of change in you. What do they see? What are those small signs? Say it, describe it in your own words. Imagine yourself looking in a mirror on this day, the day when you woke up not knowing that all your goals, all your problems are gone, but your goal is achieved. You don't know about it, and you look at yourself in the mirror. What do you see in that mirror? Who do you see there? What is different in how you look? What is different in how you move? What is different in how you are looking at yourself? What is different in your thoughts when you see yourself? Describe it all in your own words. Do you notice anything new about you? Do you notice anything different? Do you notice that something changed and that your goal is achieved? Describe what is different. And now, let's return to your day. How are you going to finish that day? Did you realize by the end of the day that your goal is achieved? How did you feel like when you realized it? What did you think about when you saw that your goal is achieved? What was this day like for you? When and where are you going to sleep now, after this new day? What are you feeling like going to bed? What are you thinking about? Or maybe you don't think about anything. What are you doing before going to bed? What does your body feel like when you're going to bed? Describe it all in your own words. Imagine yourself softly laying in your bed after this new day, this day when you achieved your goal, when your problems are gone, this new day when you saw many small signs that tell you that life is different now? What does it feel like to go to bed on such a day? What are you thinking about? Imagine yourself closing your eyes and slowly drifting into sleep. I will count until 7, and you imagine yourself falling asleep deeper and deeper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're back in your calmed, relaxed state. You're hearing my voice. You're back to the present moment when you're doing the exercise. What does it feel like to be in your body right now? Pay attention to what it feels like. What does it feel like to be in your mind right now? Take a deep breath and exhale. I'm going to count again, and while I'm counting, take deep breaths, move your fingers, move your toes. Slowly return to present moment. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly open your eyes. Welcome back. Don't know how you're feeling, but I'm feeling very relaxed and almost renewed. So it's kind of a bit like meditation, this task. So let's slowly return to the present moment. Give yourself some time. You can take a pause this video, drink some water, you can move a bit, I don't know, move your shoulders, move your body. And once you're ready to continue, please come back to me. As you noticed in this exercise, we paid a lot of attention to your thoughts, your feelings, your body sensations, what you see around yourself, what you are doing during the day and how you are doing it. And your task was to describe it in your own words. So I hope you were using your voice recorder, and this way you can re-listen to this audio and write down all that was going on in your miracle question exercise. Write down your thoughts, write down your feelings, write down your body sensations, write down your actions, write down how you are doing these actions, write down space description around you, sounds, smells, what you see. Write down who do you meet during this day and what this person notices about change in you. And most importantly, write down all the small, tiny So please write down on your piece of paper what things you noticed that were different. What helped you understand that problems are solved and your goal is achieved, that the miracle happened. Write down all the tiniest details, even if it's some new sound, some new smell, some new taste, some new surrounding, anything, every tiny small different, write it down, please. Please stop this video right now and write down the list. When you thought that you wrote everything down, please pay attention again and write it again. Everything that was different. And our second task working with this technique is checking everything that you wrote and taking any absence language and changing it into presence language. What I mean, for example, absence language is I do not feel stressed. So we are stating absence of stress. Instead of it, ask yourself, how do I feel instead? For example, I do not feel stressed, I feel calm. Or I do not feel stressed, I feel joyful. Or I do not feel stressed, I feel relaxed. So we take the absence language and replace it with present language. Or for example, I don't smoke cigarettes. Don't even mention cigarettes. Instead, write down something like what you're doing instead of smoking cigarettes. Like, for example, you are drinking some nice glass of water, or you are doing some breathing exercises, or something else. Anything that comes up to your mind and that was coming up in your miracle day. So our goal is, in this second task, is to replace everything that states absence of some suffering or absence of something bad and change it into presence of something good. So instead of saying that there is absence of stress, I say there is presence of joy. Instead of saying there is absence of cigarettes, I say there is presence of breathing exercise. Instead of saying there is absence of conflict, I say there is presence of unity and friendship and closeness with other people. So we take all the negative language and replace it with the positive language, with something present instead of what was there previously. Please write this down again, pause the video until you're done. Let's continue. Step number 3. Ask yourself, what exactly is going differently in this miracle day? Maybe you need to elaborate. How do you notice that something is different? Also, ask yourself, how did you manage to change it? Like, if you end up living a life like in this miracle question, what did you do in order to get there, in order to achieve this life? And write this down. Feel free to pause. And our last, and especially actually in the third one, please pay attention to what other people see from outside that makes them notice that something is different. So not only what you yourself see, but what other people notice from outside. Small signs, maybe small gestures, maybe behaviors, maybe new way of how you look or how you move or how you talk, and so on and so on. What are you doing that is new compared to previous experience? And the last step number 4 is going through every new point in this imagined future and asking yourself, when I already did something like that in my past or present. For example, you go in through your day and you see that you wake up very relaxed, very well rested in the morning. You ask yourself, when was it that I actually woke up like this? And how did I do it? So we basically taking the elements in this imagined future and we compare them to our present, to our past, and finding the cases when we managed to do just that, and write it down how we did it, in the past. Like, how in the past did you manage to wake up relaxed and calm and well rested, or whatever you want to wake up like. And you go through this with every single new point. What was similar in the past? What is similar in the present? Like, for example, in your imagined future, you see that you are living in a very pretty apartment. What is already similar to this apartment in your current life? Like, for example, you already have curtains that you really love and they are very similar to this imagined apartment. Or maybe in your imagined future, you notice yourself talking differently to other people and treating other people differently. When in your past or in your present life did you already do something similar? When did you treat other people like that or similarly? Also, maybe you treat yourself differently. When did you manage to treat yourself similarly in the past or in the present? So the idea is that we kind of find signs, small actions, small sensations, small behaviors in this miracle question, and we find something similar in your past and in your present, and ask ourselves, how did I do it in the past and in the present? And basically, here you already have a lot of steps that you can take in order to make your miracle day happen. Because, like, for example, if you managed to already have in the past like good sleep, you can use the same techniques, you can use the same approach you used in the past and implement it now, for example. Or you can update it a bit and still implement it. So here we are finding, first of all, what we need, what we want in this new day. And then we are also finding past experiences or present experiences that can help us to achieve it. I hope I explained it clearly, but it's a bit more difficult doing this in a video version instead of just consulting someone face to face. But I hope you understand. And this is it for our miracle question, basically. But well, I know that this exercise, especially if you're doing it first time, it can take a long time, but it's very important. And the more in detail you describe this, your magical day, the better your brain can emerge itself in this new experience, and the better your brain is kind of ready to go there. So your home task right now will be, first of all, finishing this magic question exercise, miracle question, and you also need to go through those like similarities of in your past and in your present, fourth step. So doing all the step. And step number 5 is that you reread this day description that you noted every day. Or maybe you don't want to read it, maybe you want to listen to it, but you need to repeat it again and again and again, and imagine it again and again and again. So your next exercise for the next week will be rereading it every day and kind of doing this exercise again and again and again, imagining the same things every day for the next week. I know it's not the easy exercise. If you don't manage to find time to do it like proper way with full immersion, you can just reread the description. But please, because if you do it just once, your brain, it's of course still a lot of benefits, but still your brain needs repetition. I'm sorry, that's like that. It works like that. I'm very sorry to tell you this. So yes, home task. And step number 5 is rereading your magical miracle day again and again every day. like for example in the evening or in the morning, before bed, or just when you wake up, and so on. And pay attention, and also part of your home task, pay attention how your week is going to be different. What changes when you are rereading this exercise? And even better if you note it down somewhere, like in your diary or in your journal or in your notes somewhere, how your week is different, what small things change already from just reading this and imagining that thing again and again and again. If you pay attention, like in most cases, already some small things start changing, even if you just imagine this. Okay, and it's not some kind of law of attraction, visualization, and all this esoteric stuff. No, it's completely explained by psychology. I just won't go deeper in it right now, but it's nothing like real magic or whatever. It's not insane. It's just really, once we kind of set up our brain to where we want to go, our brain starts seeing opportunities how to get there. Our brain starts want to practice this new way of being, new way of acting, and so on. So small signs are probably going to happen differently in your life after this exercise. So pay attention to notice them. Many people just don't notice. And I will be very happy if you describe your perfect magical day in the comments, because you know, you might also give ideas to other people, because not everyone has this exercise working perfectly from the first time. Maybe they will like to get inspired by your experience, so please describe it. And even if you didn't manage to do this exercise and something went wrong, please also describe it in the comment, because this way other people can feel normal, that not everyone gets it right every time. It's normal. And also, if you notice changes, even like small signs of changes in your life, please also note them in the comments. I really hope that this video helps you, and I again ask you to share it in your social media, in your social networks, send it to your friends, send it to your families, and so on, because this would really help me, and I will be very happy if more people find my channel and can benefit from it, and maybe you will improve someone else's life. Okay, let's finish then, and in the next video, last video for our goal setting, we're gonna or maybe just 2 last videos, we're gonna finish our work with our goal. And I hope you have an excellent day, and I'm waiting for your comments, and I'm waiting for you to share and invite your friends. Bye bye.